How you doing, Joey?
What's up? What's going on, everyone? Glad to be here. Excited about nothing and everything.
Uh-oh, we got no supervision. This tag can go one of two ways. We'll see how it ends up going.
We're gonna be fighting each other
Uh
probably at some point.
you think so? I think we
Maybe, I
might
don't know.
agree a lot on this one here. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true, but we'll find something else to piss each other off on.
Yeah, we always do. We
Yeah,
always do. We'll see how it goes. Overall episode, I think it was a beautiful, beautiful location.
very cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
hated the fact that they did such terrible task with such incredible locations.
The whole episode as a whole seemed awful quick, didn't it? Like the task was just boom, boom, and I was just, I don't know. I was surprised that it was just so fast.
Yeah, it was pretty. It seemed fast, but it's because it was. The episode started like a night. The beginning chunk of the episode wasn't even the race. It was just a nice train ride and saying hello, and then it.
That was actually really cool.
And then it was only. I mean, the tasks were boring as hell to watch, so it didn't seem like much was going on. Somebody
Yeah, they
walking
should have had
around.
like a throw mama from the train moment, like just like throw the people you don't like off.
Well, to start off, I think that they should have incorporated that damn Lawrence of Arabia into a task where you had
Oh,
to
agreed.
identify certain people with certain what they're wearing or whatever. Like I don't know,
I
have fake freaking paintball guns. Whatever. I don't have something like you know what I mean?
Because they shoot so many movies there, I thought they were going to have similar to the other couple seasons ago with the movie set.
Yeah,
And I know they did that, but they could have said did something along those lines, like you had to kind of like we did in Vietnam, where you had to like take some people and dress them, and to maybe take them across the desert. I don't know.
yeah. I
Build a
mean,
camel, screw a camel. I don't know something.
yeah. It's so terrible that they had such incredible location. I mean, just do an Indiana Jones task of some sort. Like an alien spacecraft in the middle of the desert with a metal detector. All right, we'll go over it. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't like the task. I love the location.
Oh,
Uh,
I just remembered what it was. Thank you.
All right, so we kick it off with Phil. Oh yes, so James Earl is sick right now, and Jen is hanging with friends, which is fine.
Drunk at an airport, isn't she?
Yes, she was.
Overserved. Maybe
Last we saw, she was having some cocktails at an airport. So Phil tells the teams that they're heading to Jordan for the first time. They're really excited about that, and they get to begin the next leg at Wadi Rum Desert, and then got this nice steam train. They get to the desert. They get on the steam train that was around from the Ottoman Empire. It's where Lawrence of Arabia was filmed. They got these beautiful horses and camel riding bandits coming out. Such a cool location, beautiful scenery, and they just really don't do nothing with it. He just comes
yeah.
along and just welcome, here's your clue, welcome, here's your clue. It's like
They should have took him for a horse ride or a camel ride or something. Make them
something,
make them like take the camel, 100 yards to get the clue or something.
something. It was such a great. It's a great setup for nothing. It was a
Yeah,
great
and
setup for. It was just a waste.
I really hate this shit on them. And what's her name was so damn happy about it too, about being there, like all over social media, and it's a place she always wanted to go. Um, yeah, I don't know. I wish there was more to it. I guess I don't know.
All right, it was beautiful, but it was kind of pointless, and they could have done more with it. So the teams are leaving in three sets: the first two teams, the next three teams, and then the next four teams. So 2, 3, and 4, not too bad, but still 15 minutes apart. And they're gonna have to travel 74 miles, 2 hours and 11 minutes, where they choose a driver, and the driver drives. Which we can get into some of the drama that happened with these drivers that didn't get aired.
I'd like to hear about that.
Yep. And so yeah, there's the drivers. I think this is maybe because of religious or something, like with women telling them what to do, or so I don't know. They definitely had drivers or women not being allowed to drive. It had something to do with some weird stuff where they had to have a driver, so they couldn't drive on their own.
And they had masks.
Hmm?
They had masks on. I couldn't help but notice that.
Who?
Everybody in the cabs.
Well, yeah, almost everybody. There was a couple teams that didn't have masks, and somebody wound up getting COVID. But I don't think you would get COVID and test positive the next day. So the people who got COVID probably got it 2 or 3 days before. So
yeah, I don't think you had to get in a desert in a cab, like all alone. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but it was just something that I noticed right away. I mean, you can see the film crew in there too, so it's not just them in the cab.
I was about to say, every seat in that cab is full, and you're in a sweaty, hot mess with people breathing heavy.
Yeah, I'm probably,
perspiration and shit.
Probably not that fragrant.
But it turns out to be a little bit of drama for your mama. Marcus and Michael came up with this very military-like acronym: CAR, complacent, adversity, resilience. Sounds very military, and then they follow it up with the excuse and the reason, which is they basically have a debrief after every leg, talk about what went right, what went wrong, what we could do better. Very military style, you debrief after every mission and you find out what you could have done better, what you could have done wrong. And then they came up with CAR, I guess, as a result of their debriefs. How do you feel about that, Joey?
The military is known for acronyms. I mean, that's all it is. It's one just giant acronym, but acronym.
Acronyms.
I don't know. I didn't think they needed it. It's just something. It was a little something extra. I mean, it's better than watching the leg, I guess.
Yeah. No, I like that their head is in the game, and this just shows that they're really focused. That they're
focused and they're concentrating. I liked it, and I liked. I actually liked. I like their wardrobe this time around.
Yeah.
I think they were Air Force camo pants that he was wearing.
Okay, get the little camo out and made you happy. We've got Emily here. She gets hurt. She hurts her thigh running up a sand dune. This could be drama. This could be something that comes into play later, like it did in our season. Somebody hurt their leg, and then 4 legs later, the injury, finally catches up to them. We'll see what happens.
Little foreshadowing.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Poor Emily. Lewis says they are not a middle-of-the-pack team. He is done being in the middle, and they are going to push it. Michelle said she was dreaming about winning this leg. They foresaw it. They see it, and they're talking about this before the leg starts. They're talking about they both want to be parents, and that they're sharing this last great adventure before trying to get into the parenting thing. And that's great. I mean, you see their love story. You see them they're building Lewis and Michelle story. Starting to add layers on top of it now, which some teams don't get a second layer.
Yep.
But now you'll see that they're a second layer, which I think is going to lead to them being in the final 3, as you could start to see they added on top. But you also see that their preparation starting to kick into place. They watched season 27, and we'll talk about that. And because they did that, they were ultimately prepared for this leg. All right, so Glenda and Lumumba learned from the mega leg to take a breath, but to stay optimistic, because you never know, and if you're out of it until you get to the mat. I mean,
still love him.
I
love Lumumba talking to third person every time he's gonna do something. Lumumba's gonna do it.
Lumumba. Yeah, it's like it's not his real name. It's like he's a character. Hey, what's up, Emily? Welcome to the chit chat. How you doing there? How you doing? Welcome to the party.
Yeah, what's going on?
Talking about you hurting your damn thigh here, hoping that it doesn't ruin your race over a silly injury in a sand dune. No spoilers in chat. All right, so let's get to the road. Oh, wait, no, there's Sharik. Sharik is already talking about quitting, just climbing up the sand dune. But then they cut to an interview where she looks ecstatic. She looks like she just won the leg. Fresh, clean, happy. She looks so happy, which
almost like she was going home.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that, I was like, they're going home, because that's the only reason she's happy. If they won a leg, she would not be that happy.
No, she would have been miserable.
Yes.
At what cost? Oh.
Oh, yeah. At what cost?
They have to fucking cross.
All right. So they had to travel 6 miles, which is 22 minutes to this roadblock. Who wants to test their metal? A team member must use a metal detector to search a crash site in the middle of the desert to find their next clue. I don't get
Hokey. It was kind of hokey.
Yeah, very hokey.
I don't know why. I'd be curious to know why they picked UFO crash site and not something
archaeological, something like
yeah,
historic, something Indiana Jones-esque. Look for
maybe because it's metal, and it was gigantic. I mean, it was the size of a pizza box.
Yeah, so make it a military weapon, a long sword, like
yeah.
I don't know, whatever. It was just kind of weird, and it was like boring to watch. It was just a waste of scenery. There was some fun things that happened. I love that they actually had to run up a long ass sand dune before they got there. So it made it a little competitive. When you see two teams side by side, it puts a little hustle in one team and it makes them really overexert themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But then you see who has the fighting spirit and who doesn't by the teams that end up walking at the end and the teams that are hustling to the top. So you learn a lot about teams when you watch this.
Right.
Comb the desert baseball style. I would have loved that. What's up, Michelle? Michelle. We were just talking about you and your hubby finally getting that second layer at it. But if you want to see that, you'll have to go back and watch or actually get here on time, okay? No, so everybody's searching around with the metal detector. Marcus has a great strategy of making sure that he's marking the sand everywhere that he goes with his big ass shoes. He's got some big feet, so that dude was marking up a lot of sand. And so he knows where he goes, and he wind up finding it super quickly, which the first person to find it is going to find it super quickly when you have, 8 tiles set up in a small area. I like that strategy. Lewis had a strategy which was, let's go on the outside circle and then circle my way in almost like a toilet bowl. Mm-hmm. But the second part of his strategy, which I loved, dude went around and checked to the teams that already got it and went to the holes to see how deep it was. Now that is so clutch. Knowing how deep you have to dig is one of the most important things in a sand challenge, because sand is the hardest thing to gauge depth. So that was so huge. That was such a smart thing to do.
You could also, if you know anything about metal detectors, you know how deep they're going.
Yeah.
They're set for 2 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you don't got a giant ring, it's not going any more than 4 feet down anyway.
So the bigger the ring, the deeper it is?
Correct.
Gotcha. I didn't know that. Yeah. I had no idea about that.
Well, being in law enforcement and searching stuff's all right.
Well, officer.
I could have used a grid pattern, spiral land grid.
Yeah. Except here you can't plant evidence. No.
Just sprinkle a little crack on it.
Speaking of planting evidence, what the hell happened? Lumumba found 2 soda cans in the middle of
I know. That was hilarious.
What the hell is going on? Dude found 2 soda cans. Everybody else was there searching for an hour and nobody found anything. Dude found 2 little ass soda cans. He's looking for like a street sign he can't find, but he finds 2 little ass soda cans. Oh, that's so funny.
Great.
Oh, what's up? Oh, chat is popping. What's going on, Molly? What's up, Emily? Hey. Oh, all right. I love it. All right, so I love that strategy. Again, Michelle seems to be getting worked up watching Lewis digging. His digging style was very similar to his ice slamming style, just going there. He seems like he's a sprinter. He uses a lot of his energy in a very short period of time. I'm not saying, that may carry over to other things, but I'm just saying, like, he seems like he's got a lot of energy in short spurts. But I appreciate that. You could just tell that they really love each other, that this is such a loving relationship. Whereas
Leonard and Lumumba and Luis and Michelle, they're just awesome. I love their energy. They're always happy. They're smiling. They're cracking jokes. That's the best. Yeah.
Derek, I love his strategy. He grabs the metal detector and he's running. So as somebody who's used metal detectors before, does the amount of time you search over an area matter, or can you go as fast as your legs can go?
You shouldn't go. What he was doing was he was holding it like a hockey stick and running straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
He's narrowing his field to about 12 inches. But what he was doing, he was the one who was going where the footprints weren't.
Right.
So that was smart. What he should be doing, obviously, is waving side to side just normally, because you're gonna, by the time he runs up, runs back, runs up, runs back, you're gonna cover the same exact distance, but you're not gonna overexert yourself, and you're not gonna go over something.
Right.
A couple times you can always hear the thing go beep, 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 because he's just sprinting by.
Right.
You know, the thing's not gonna shoot off fireworks. It's quick. So I think he got very lucky.
He seemed to find it pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looked like a maniac.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
You know, when you did that thing in college where you put the thing like a stick on your head and just spin around? I wanted him to do that, just like fall down a hill or something.
He's probably that actually I think is like a task on Big Brother. Like they do that task on Big Brother. So he's probably
get out of here.
Yeah, they do like that.
A crash through a closet door.
Get yourself dizzy, yeah.
Yeah.
Derek talks about everything on the race has a trick. You just need to figure it out, which is kind of true. Like everything, there is a little bit of a something to help you get the edge over everybody. And if he's already thinking like that, that's really good. And you know, if he was thinking like that before the race, he would have watched this show. And if he didn't, then he wasn't. So we see Quentin, who might have done this the fastest. Like he seemed to just get in there, grab it, and the first line he took seemed to get it. I don't know if it was editing, but Quentin seems to be just destroying challenges. They just have problems getting from point A to point B.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah, and that we will get to some drama that happened in the next part of it. So Lumumba found 2 soda cans. David starts avoiding footprints, which is a good strategy, but it makes him go outside of the area where the actual things are buried. So yes, there's no footprints over there, but there's no footprints because there's nothing over there to search for. It's like him and Quentin, not Quentin, him and Linton. Linton was like searching in the mountains. He climbed up the mountain and was searching like in the shortest little.
And he wasn't moving.
He was like going like an inch at a time, like slow motion, just going slow motion.
Was just like I was losing my shit watching. I'm like, dude, move! It's not there. Like I actually had I had to agree with his daughter. Like she said, he ain't doing anything. I'm like, I know, fuck. Yeah, I was. God, I couldn't figure out what the fuck he was doing.
Oh, what's going on, Mike? What's going on? What's up? Chat is going off tonight. If you guys are listening to this on the podcast, which we are on all major podcasting, so if you like to listen, if you happen to miss it and you want to listen to it, go for it. And if you like it, leave a review. But the chat is where you want to be. We are live 7 p.m. Eastern time on Sundays. Just go to racersrecap.com. It'll forward you right to the channel. And we get racers in here and tons of super fans. So if you have any questions about the race, if I don't know it or my hosts don't know it, odds are one of the super fans in chat knows it. And there's always a racer or two from this season and past seasons there. So come on and hang out with us. All right, now we got that. Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. So
I'm a great color man.
Yeah, see? Yeah. All right, so David starts to avoid the footprints, and he starts to find props. Like, he's, like, picking up, like, this looks like an engine. And he runs and he's, like, arguing with the guy. You sure this ain't it? Like, dude, you're looking for something flat and rectangle. That's an engine. Like, that's a prop. If the
guy tells you no, it's not going to change. He's not going to, no, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here's your clue.
My bad. That was correct. I was just kidding the first time. Yes.
Just fucking with you.
Yes. And then this like Sharik talking junk about her dad the whole time, like not searching in the middle. It's obvious context clues. Like she's like, oh, all of a sudden she knows how to race. Like,
well, let's go back to the choice when they said who's feeling whatever the fuck clue. She was like, you are. Like, I'm not doing shit.
Yeah, like
you stepped up and did it.
You've already done 3. I've done 1. So why don't you do another one? So we could just, until we go home.
I don't want to do shit, and I'm lazy, and I've had it with this. Yeah, a lot easier from your couch.
There was definitely a perimeter. I mean, and
I was surrounded by those the big things. It was a big circle.
I mean, if you're using contextual clues, like you would think that the crash site was the perimeter and everything within that. I wouldn't even click into my head.
Make you search the desert like.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Aaron?
Aaron's in here.
Arun. That's my boy, Arun.
Arun's the best. I jacked him up all last season, and he still came back for more. He was great. Love him.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, They were one of the biggest roller coaster teams to ever run the race.
But you know what? And everyone's right. He's one of like the best people you could ever know. Like I chatted with him a little bit here and there on social media and stuff. He's just a like really, really great guy.
Yeah,
really is.
He's a good
I can
dude.
see why they picked him.
Definitely. Unlike Sharik, I don't have no clue why they picked her. All right.
Vern and Linton are a lot alike. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
all right.
Maybe I was the dad of my season. Maybe I'm like them.
You were the dad. Look at you.
Dad.
Anything interesting? Anything that stands out about this roadblock for me? Nothing special.
Nothing.
Boring. There was a couple strategies that people used. A couple strategies that people didn't use that forced them. So there was a little bit of movement, which I like about tasks where teams did pass each other. So
yeah,
that's one thing that I did like about it. So we get to the route info. Teams must direct their driver to Petra. It says direct their driver as if they had to. So I don't know. We'll see, because you'll see there's a big dip in the time when Quentin and Maddie leave and then when they arrive. They leave in like third and they arrive in like seventh. And from what I heard is that their driver took that was the only driver that went like a 45 minutes to an hour longer than everybody else. So
really?
like, and you didn't have a choice on, like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to take your driver and you can't really.
Well, did they tell him where to go, or did he?
That's what I mean. Now this says teams must direct their driver. I was told originally that they really couldn't talk to their drivers.
Well, we do have several racers in the room. Let's ask them.
Yeah, so we'll see. So this one was teams must direct their driver. Emily and Molly catch up to Marcus and Michael, who left before them. So that there was a little catch up there. So I don't know if it had to do with navigating or if their drivers were just better drivers.
Right.
And from what I heard, this leg that Claire and Derek had are like a race car driver. Like their driver was hands down the best driver. Like he was out. So the detour, Camel Caravan or Palace Puzzle. Palace Puzzle is a skill challenge. So it is a specific skill that if you have it, you can really do really well. If not, it'll take you a while. Camel Caravan is more of a physical challenge that is judged, but I don't think it's really judged. Like, I mean,
no, not really.
Yeah, it's a physical bust your ass challenge with a solid ending. But this was 105-degree weather after a long day, so almost everybody took Palace Puzzle. What would you have chosen?
100%, I would have did the physical challenge.
Me too, all day.
100%,
all day.
And even with the little bottles and everything else, because you really didn't know about. We've seen the puzzles before. Some people can do them lickety split, and some people are there for hours trying to figure it out. And some of the racers didn't realize what it was supposed to be because, what they're looking at is half of what it used to be. So they're just trying to figure, they're trying to get after it. And just sometimes if you don't, it can be frustrating. And when frustration sets in, stress and anxiety sets in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you start fucking up. This is just, you're walking back and forth with little pails.
All right. So yeah, all they had to do was say, go to Petra. That's what their driver was told. And they were told they couldn't tell their driver to hurry up. Emily and Molly said that their cab driver wore Ray-Bans, looked like he had a lead foot, but then when they got in, that wasn't the case. He looks like one of those guys, like, yeah, America, let's go. Hey! And then you see it in the car, and he's like... but we always did that. Like, whenever we had to choose a cab driver, we did the hype and see who responded to the hype. It's like, hey, who's really into it and who just like, oh my god, these damn Americans. Like,
you know what I did? I said, how much gas you got in your car?
Oh yeah. Well, part of our commandments were check the gas, check the tires before we get in. Always.
Well, the country in Dar es Salaam, the tires didn't even look like tires. There was like bubble wrap and rubber bands. And
yeah,
cool noodles was taped on some of them.
Yeah, so some teams were just incredible at the slide puzzle. Yeah, like Lewis and Michelle, incredible. And if you watch Big Brother, Claire and Derek were really good at puzzles. Claire is a damn AI engineer. Like, she's a brainiac. Not the best racer, but she is a brainiac. But they both seem to do really, really well on this task. Emily and Molly seem to have got lost on the way to the puzzle. Now, from what it looked like to me... Oh, no, this was after the puzzle, sorry. But there was only a 200-yard run from the puzzle to the pit stop, and they seemed to get lost in the 200 yards. So I tried to look on Google Maps to see where they got lost or how they got turned around, but maybe, like, the stone is so high, it's just hard to see. I don't know. Maybe they'll let us know.
Well, Michelle has some good insight in chat.
Okay, in Petra, we're running like crazy. It was far, and we didn't really know where to go. Our camera people got on golf carts, and Lewis looked at me and told me, We are going far. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they get on golf carts, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I think running backwards in the sand is probably like a very hard, like tripping hazard. Like that they would probably need to get it because they always have to kind of run backwards or run sideways with you. So I think that was a safety thing.
And no shorts.
No shorts. Oh yeah, because of religious reasons, right? Yeah. There's a lot of countries that they go to that they have these like big list of restrictions or things that you need to follow because of like laws that they can't get you out of. Like if you
Rado couldn't. The guys with the tattoos, he had to cover up all his tattoos. He was a heavy kid, and he had just long black t-shirts.
Yeah,
he was sweating like there was no business.
You break like religious laws, they don't care who you are. Like they don't mess around. Yeah. All right, so okay, Camel Caravan didn't seem like it was hard at all. Didn't just seem like you bust your ass, you do it. There wasn't any strategies really to it. It was just hustle, boring as hell to watch. The only thing that made it relevant was that it was a camel.
Camel?
I don't know.
It'd be nice if they had to ride the camel or dress the camel.
Yeah, it just seemed like the most boring part. And then all they had to do was take the camel like 20 feet over and have it drink. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think if you got camels, man, use them. Don't just have them sitting there.
Oh, remember the camel races?
The camel races were awesome. The damn camel beauty pageant was awesome. They had to find the beauty pageant with the camels. Like they've done some fun stuff with camels, and camels can be like they're super strong and they're stubborn. So they could have had a lot more fun with something to do with the camels. Yeah. But the Linton and Sharik, Marcus and Michael were the only two to do Caravan, and Marcus and Michael immediately regretted it. But as you saw with Linton and Sharik, they actually went. I'm sorry, Glenda and Lumumba went to both of them because they were so close before they picked.
Yeah. That was smart, yeah.
When a task is that close, they're literally at the same location, it might be a smart move to just check both of them to see which one is a better task for you.
Totally. He looked at how deep it was and was like, oh, let's not do that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on chat. The chat is just like
flying. No, that's all right. No one really pays attention to me anyway, Justin.
The chat was just...
let's see what Pratt and Elena are saying, and Michelle and Emily and all that.
Shut up, dude. Yeah, listen, all right? I got to run this whole damn thing. Normally, I have, three of you to help. Three of you to damn help. All right, so the puzzle challenge. I mean, there's just an algorithm to do slide puzzles. It's a 12-piece slide puzzle with, obviously one's missing, and then they got the final piece once they do it. If you know the algorithm, it's not hard. But the funniest thing was Aubrey and David have no reference point when they're standing in front of this, 1,000 feet of monument, and they have no reference point?
It's, I mean, when the camera came in behind them and looked at the puzzle, you can get lost in, the camel and the face and everything else. And remember, that building is like half of what it was. It's what they have in front of them isn't the exact same thing, but you can kind of still see it.
Yeah.
But, it's hot. I'll give it to them.
Yeah, and they confirmed that, these tasks were right next to each other. So there's really no reason to not do it. And I don't understand why, if Marcus and Michael really felt that way, they didn't just switch. We should have just switched because they just started. They put the first 3 drops of water in. Things of water, and they're like, oh man, this is going to take forever. So just go. If you're going to change, that's the time to go. Just, it's going to take forever, but I think ultimately that was the best choice for them, but I don't know how good they are with slide puzzles.
Right. And they might talk at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have stayed with it anyway. I mean, just because it's going to take forever doesn't mean they're not going to finish it.
If you give it, the only way to not do it is to give up. I mean, eventually you'll just do it by accident. I mean, but the slide, if you watch, and Lewis and Michelle watched season 27 specifically. The team stood there for hours trying to do a slide puzzle. Now, this slide puzzle was a lot more difficult that we had to do because the pieces looked identical. They just had to be in different places. It was just waves. Where this pattern was almost every block was different except the columns, but even the columns were different because they had edges. So you could see that this needed to be on top because it had an edge. Whereas the one we did was
again, you don't know. All you know is a slide puzzle. And if you have the experience of watching the race, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to, wind up like they did in Brazil. Whatever it was.
Yeah. Not me. I mean, 100% James Earl would have been over there and he'd have been done in 3.2 minutes. He's really good at that. But yeah, we got our shit. Lewis and Michelle, finally, my team showing some life here. Finally getting to the damn finish line. 200-yard run. It's a foot race. And they're getting there. Derek and Claire, Lewis and Michelle going for it. Unfortunately, Claire runs like Amy, and Amy had two like broken pelvis bones, so she had an excuse. Don't know what Claire's excuse is, but she has the same posture and same like running technique. It's so funny. All right, so for coming to first place, the best prize you could possibly get on the Amazing Race is cash. Cash. You know why? Because that's the only actual time you win something. Because if you win a prize, like I've said a million times, you don't win anything. You pay $3,000 in taxes to go on this trip. So you win an itinerary. Is all you win. An itinerary planned by the Amazing Race.
So yeah, we won. All three of us were lucky. We got cash every single time.
Really, all three? Yeah. Oh,
5,000, 5,000, and 7,500 each.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, the best.
Well, the other one we won though was a continuation. Like, so we didn't win jack shit. Like, here's your clue. I'm like, what? No cash?
I got pissed off in France when they did that. I was like, what? What? When did they start doing this? Shh, we don't get a prize. The second leg we won, we didn't get a prize. What the hell?
You gonna slide something to me, maybe a little box lunch? I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? But we got the damn bologna and cheese sandwich. All right. So it's a 200-yard run to the pit stop. Teams must make their way to the Great Temple. For coming in first place, Lewis and Michelle, $5,000. Of course, Michelle is crying because she's super passionate, as you can see. Claire busts her knee in a foot race for first, and you could see it's gushing blood. Like, that wasn't just a little thing. That's something that Herman had to come over and take care of for sure. But she's a trooper. She didn't complain about it. She got up and just did her thing. Now let's talk about the spoiled brat Sharik, who came to the finish line and Dad asked for a hug, and she said no. It's too hot. Some shit. Like,
you have just hit my what the fuck moment.
Bro.
That was fucked.
Bro, your dad just asked for a hug, bro.
That was the most immature, dare I say ignorant thing I've ever seen on The Amazing Race.
You guys
it's your father.
But this is the culmination, the finale, the ending of your journey that you just took with your dad. Granted, it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but dang, this was incredible for a team like you who had zero chance to win this race. Let's be honest, you knew that going in, you had zero chance to win. Making it this far, doing what you did, your dad never gave up on you. No matter how much you gave up on him, he never gave up on you. Dude asked for a hug.
He kept it up. And for the last 2-3 legs, really, she was just all set. And for her to do that, it speaks volumes about her as a person. Like, if you're doing that, we've been on the race. We know what it's like. We know what the stress. We know things. You don't quit. You just, what do you do in life when life gets tough? What are you going to do? Cry? You're not going to go run to your dad? I'd hang up on her, shut the door. Like,
he's such a patient dad, man. He always talked about like my princess.
She needs to grow up, really. That's what she needs to do.
I was so disappointed in that.
And here comes the social media.
I don't care. Like, there's a reason that you don't see certain people come on this show for interviews, and it's not just because they don't want to come on. It's because I don't reach out and I don't want to say negative things to them, because I don't have people on and just like other shows and say, oh my God, you're fan favorites, you should have come back. Like, are you kidding me? Like, yes, there was a show that said that about the Murph Fairy. Like, oh my God, you guys were like fan favorites. You guys might be coming back for All Stars. Like, what?
Who the fuck said that?
Yeah.
Say it. Someone in chat say, why can't you say it? If they put it on the show, then.
But anyway, so let's go next week and then we'll give our awards. All right, next week. All right, actually, let's give our awards because next week has a big spoiler. So let's give our awards. Your what the F moment obviously was the Sharik.
It was the whole dynamic of them throughout the show. It was Linton just standing there in the corner. He looked like the kid at the end of the movie Blair Witch Project. That's all. I just sit there, like, maybe he didn't want to turn around and look at her. I don't know, but I was looking at going, I'm like, what the fuck you doing, dude? Stop moving the dang thing around. It's under the sand. It's not under your feet right in. And then her at the end, I'm like, but actually, I'm going to give a third one in it too. It was a lot, but Lumumba checking the different things. And I might be taking a Superman fan move.
Go ahead.
That was brilliant. He went over and looked. He's like, nope, gotta go over here. That was great.
Yeah.
And he did it with his Lumumba style smile and everything too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
The dance on the wall.
I am really enjoying them a lot more every
Love
time
them.
they race. Yeah. That is definitely one of the things that I looked at, Lumumba going to both of them, but that's also a waste of time. You're choosing to waste time to save time. So there is kind of like
that was seconds.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it depends on how you do it. But I think I'm gonna go and give it to Lewis. Actually, they won the leg. You know, it's like when you get MVP, your team wins the Super Bowl, you're bound to MVP. But he had the strategy of working outside, working his way in, but he also had that strategy of stopping and going to find the holes that were dug up. And I think that was huge in a sand. If you've watched The Amazing Race, sand has killed a lot of teams, especially digging in sand has killed a lot of teams. And it's mostly because you don't know how deep to dig. So you find a hole.
Mike,
and
all those teams on the beach, they all took the penalty?
Yeah, because they don't know how deep to dig. You could be right on top of it, and any 2-3 inches you could be away from it when you stop. But knowing how deep to dig is so important. So I'm gonna give it to my man. Finally winning the damn leg, Lewis and Michelle. Congratulations. Finally. So there you go. Next week, if you're looking at the preview, Lewis and Michelle, Lewis is putting together some sort of market type of stand, but he says it's not IKEA. Claire finally figures out how to use pliers. What's up with her not knowing how to use any tools? Figures out how to use pliers on that same task. Marcus, Michael, Emily, and Molly lost in chaotic city streets. Again, Marcus Michael lost. No English signs anywhere seems to be throwing off Glenda and Lumumba. Marcus has a hairball stuck in his throat or something with some sort of language challenge where he's like, ha.
Hey, Mike Kimura's here.
Who's here?
Mike Kimura.
Hey, what's going on? Then we got Aubrey dancing with a sword. She said she's not used to it. And there's a positive COVID test. And from what I've been watching, Abby and Will, Quentin and Maddie, Glenda and Lumumba are the 3 teams that weren't wearing their masks the most. So I'm guessing it's one of them. And if you watch the preview close enough, I think you could kind of tell who it is.
Think so?
Yeah.
Was someone over there walking like a leper or something like that? Or?
No, every team is shown except one.
Well, that's it.
So there's only one team not shown in the preview. I'm guessing it's them. And it was one of my top 3 teams. Wah, wah, wah.
Mine too.
So yes, I'm guessing it's Abby and Will that are not coming back because I didn't see them in the preview. I saw everybody else. So let's talk COVID. What do you think's happening? What do you think? Do you think they're going to invite a team back? They're just sending a team home?
It all has to do with symptoms, even with the school systems not work, what it matters, what country they're in, I guess, what rules they've adopted as World Race Productions. Maybe if they're not showing any symptoms, maybe they have that so-called morning after pill type of thing, the Pfizer pill that is the symptoms, but I don't know. I don't know. And it's sad. And was it a positive? Did they retest? Was it a false positive? Who knows?
Yeah, it stinks.
So over it though.
But see, the thing about it is, in a way I feel bad, but in a way I don't, because it's preventable. Like, you have one shot at $1 million. Put the fucking mask on, dude. You're racing around the world during COVID. Put your mask on. It's not going to stop you. I don't want to say I can't breathe. There's people who go to the gym purposely with masks that hinder their oxygen intake to purposely train so they can get stronger and move harder. They purposely do that and
those
do
are
full
training.
But they're doing full workouts in these masks that restrict it. There's also There's also doctors and nurses who literally wear these things all day, every day. They don't have any respiratory issues. They don't have any problems. The problem is in your head. But anyway. So if a team chose not to wear a mask, I can't feel too bad for them for going home, especially if it was like they didn't wear a mask for like political reasons rather than like, they said when we were going to Africa, they said, okay, we got 14 inoculations we had to give you. I didn't even ask what the hell they were. I don't care. Give me. We took 4 or 5 shots in our arms.
Yeah, I was not feeling good after that.
You know what I mean? I don't care. Like, this is an amazing race. There's nothing stopping me from getting on the show and winning it. Like, wearing a mask is the least of my worries. Like, so if that was the reason,
Luis says catch COVID and you're out.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd be another way. So yeah, I'm guessing it's Abby and Will, which kind of stinks because I like them, but they're also getting.
They really haven't had much of an edit at all.
Yeah.
But again, we've seen people who didn't have much of an edit for at least the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Where they come on strong.
You can get the silent edit in the beginning because there's other teams that are strong in the beginning that fade, which happens a lot on the race.
Present company included. I think when you invited me on for the first time, I had about a total of 2.5 minutes of airtime. through episode 3. You're like, what did you say your name was again?
Like, who is this old guy? No,
the old guy with the old guy.
But yeah, so looking at the statistics, like every team that's near the top has got an average of like a 3-point something. So there's no team that's ultimately dominating the race. This is any team's race to win, honestly.
Yeah. So next week is the halfway mark, right?
Next week is leg 5, yeah, halfway mark.
So with this COVID team out, I think that we should all do our new top 3. I think we said that we're going to do that halfway through.
Well, we're supposed to do it after the first leg, but yeah, we could do it.
I don't agree with after the first leg. That's
fine. We could do it now. It's not that difficult. We only have 6 teams.
All 4 of us need to be here halfway through, and then we get the COVID personnel, the COVID team. So we'll know.
That's fine. Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
Who's going to run with it?
That's not a problem at all. But there is going to be a dancing challenge next week. There is a couple dancing teams that they will stand out. This could be where Marcus and Michael struggle a little bit because of certain things that happen there. This could be like one of those legs where, Aubrey and David pop up and all of a sudden win a leg. You never know.
Who?
Exactly.
Who?
Yeah. Who? Oh, you mean the next team to be eliminated? Yeah, them. So, but also I'm thinking, what are they going to do? They have to have.
Shit, Marcus just got here.
Marcus just got here. Marcus. What are you on? West Coast time? What's going on, man? Welcome to the party. We're actually pretty much done here. We're just kind of getting into questions.
Hey, Marcus. Bye.
Yeah, we were talking about you guys possibly slipping up next week because there's dancing challenges. There's a lot of dancing teams left. So we'll see how that plays out. Got Bob Ross over there. So what else? What else, Joey? What else you got for me?
Not a goddamn thing. I'm just, fall in New England. You know how that is.
All right, we're gonna have Lewis and Michelle coming on either next week or the week after, right? And we'll have Quentin and Maddie want to come on next week as well. They were supposed to come on this week, but something happened and they didn't. Emily and Molly may or may not, or only one of them may come. We're still working on that. But yeah,
maybe it'll be just one of them and should be acting like both of them. Like
just play both parts. We won't know. Just hop over here and then run over to another. But yeah, the crew will be back next week, and we'll have our guests back from even if I have to bring guests from other seasons, we'll start having guests back again. It seems like you guys really like when we have guests on.
We'll bring Linton and not Shakira, whatever the fuck her
Shakira.
Name is. She's not that important enough for me to know.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, James Earl's sick. He's got 102 fever, and Jen had some surprise visitors, and or she was at an airport getting drunk. I don't know. We'll catch up with them afterwards. But make sure that you guys show some love to the casts and make sure.
What a great question!
What is it?
Look at Pratt's question.
Oh, I got to scroll through the.
So will any team get eliminated next week except for Abby and Will if that's the COVID team?
Well, it won't be a non-elimination, so unless they find out, like, they let them start the leg.
Oh, maybe they started halfway through the leg and then they had to stop them and they ultimately come in last, so to speak. Because there is a team behind Phil when he makes that announcement on the phone.
Oh.
So which means he might be at the mat already and then someone goes, oh, by the way.
Yeah, like somebody tested positive, so... Yeah, so the team that come in last technically wouldn't come in last, so technically It's not a non-elimination. Right. Yeah, that may be a good way to play it off. We'll see how it goes.
Michelle, I've been airport drunk before on the races.
Marcus, we'd love to have you, man. I just assume that you guys are going to be in the final three, so I'm kind of waiting until later in the end. But yeah, you are always welcome. Any of the racers are always welcome to come on the show.
Let's not say any. Let's not say any of them.
Well, listen, if the ones that I know that I don't have nice things to say want to come on the show, they're welcome to come on the show. But they welcome to come on understanding that I don't have the nicest things to say.
Oh shit.
But yes, I'd love to have you on, Marcus. You, Michael, you by yourself, doesn't matter. Yeah. I'd love to have you on for sure.
Yeah, if you all want to donate to Give Kids the World to my thing, go to Give Kids the World. Was it gktw.com/hotsreality/me?
You should have a link, Joey, so I could post it.
I know we were supposed to do that tonight, and I didn't.
Oh yeah.
How fast you getting it up?
I gotcha. Hearts. Yeah. Just talk to
the thing there.
Talk to them. Tell them what it is.
So for those of you who don't know, Hot to Reality is a place in Florida, and it's in Orlando. It was created by this gentleman, Henry, who survived the Holocaust, and he came to the United States. He lost his entire family in the Holocaust as a child. Came to the United States, joined the military, was in I believe the Korean War as a veteran, came back and used his GI Bill to go to college for hotel and restaurant management. And he started as a bellhop, I think at a Holiday Inn in Orlando. And he worked his way up and he ended up owning a hotel. And then Make-A-Wish called him and said, we have a wish child who really wants to go to the park, and Disney and all their money grub and glory wouldn't give them a free room. So he, Henry, gave him this room, and he said, if you have any other kids, let me know. So after the first year, he gave away something like 400 rooms, and he realized he can't keep doing this. So he created a village. It looks kind of like Candyland. It's all volunteers.
It's incredible.
And it's over 700,000, I think, kids now.
My niece was one of them.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. It's for the kids, not only for the child, it's terminally ill children. And it's not only for that child, it's for their siblings, the family. It's all expenses paid. It's a week. Some of these kids only have months to live, and some of them miraculously survive after going to Give Kids the World. And every year they hold a thing called Hot to Reality, where all these reality personalities get together and we get to meet fans and talk. And
highly recommend.
Yeah, I've gone for every year. I think this may be my last year. I do have to raise money, and every last dollar that people give goes directly to giving one of these kids the week of their lifetime. And to share this one story, this family came in from England, and the young girl, she couldn't have been 3 or 4 years old, lifeless in her father's arms. They just crossed the Atlantic in a plane. They were exhausted. She's very sick. They had a DNR on her, and they said, we just want to go to our room. And 2 days later, she went running through the lobby, and she says, Mickey today, St. Nicholas tomorrow. And it's like just the most beautiful story you'd ever want to see. Like, it's miraculous what you do for these children. And if anyone could throw a couple bucks at that, I think, some of the guys from last season are going for the first time this year. Will and James are hugely involved in it. Laura Pearson, all those.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and if any of the races from this season, like if you guys want to go as racers, just Omar, we'll send you a link to reach out.
Find me on social media. Get a hold of me. Get a hold of me through Justin. Justin has my cell phone number. Yeah. Sometimes they don't want you to go until the season's over. But usually this might be a different type of season if you're out already, because I think we're gonna have a watch party there actually too.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think Will and James and Laura Pearson were organizing a watch party that Wednesday before, because it's usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll go in a day early, meet some of the fans down there.
It's so good. It's such a great event. For the races, there's 2 events I would go to. Hearts of Reality and Reality Rally. Reality Rally is super fun.
Yeah. And Reality Rally is really, really fun in Temecula too. And actually, I got through that by meeting Jillian at Hearts of Reality.
Yeah. So those are the 2 that I would highly suggest if you can go and raise money. 2 of the best things that I've done, me and Diana have done afterwards, was raise money using our fame to raise money for people in need. And
like I said, 10, 15, 20 bucks. And then the people who go there, if you go, it's, as a fan, it's an amazing time. You get to see, there's so many, like I fangirled Mankind and talked with him because I'm an old school wrestler guy, you know.
Oh my
And I
God.
talked to him for hours.
That's like me and Boston Rob.
Yeah,
I was like,
we
yeah,
sit next to each other.
what's up,
me and
Boston
Rob
Rob?
and everything. Yeah, it was such a great. You meet the Survivor and Amazing Race people,
Yeah.
Big Brother people, and you really like some of the fans I've seen every single year, and I'm like a couple of them invited to their weddings. They're so fun. It's really, really a good time.
Yeah, it's a great chance to meet fans, but it's also a great chance to meet some of your reality, you know, because we're all reality show fans. That's why we're on the damn show. It's not just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So you get to meet, and it's cool because you now become this part of this family where you are ultimately connected to pretty much any reality star in the United States you can ultimately.
Yeah, and we spend hours by the pool talking with the fans
Yeah.
about how to get on the shows.
Yeah, all
And then
sorts
they
of
pick-
stuff.
Like, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah, Michelle Lewis, you are in Florida. You guys should come down. It'd be
Oh.
a great time.
Absolutely. All right. So
Yeah.
we've batted you. We know that time is the most valuable thing that you have, and for you to spend any with us means the world. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love this show. We know it's getting the shaft at 10 p.m. after the Love Boat, which is a terrible show, and everybody leaves. So yes, it has. Yes, the time slot is a shaft, and CBS blows, especially their social media team. So all right. Everybody else, we love you. We appreciate you. We will see you next week. All of the races from this season's cast. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out in the chat, and I'm looking forward to having you guys on the show. Joey, my man, Mamelo, thank you so much, brother.
Thank you guys. Take care, racers, fans, everything else. Love you guys.
Donate links.